sounds dope, bro. That sounds sick. Yo, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2023. I'm super excited today for this video because I want to show you what I created today. It's kind of like an Afro house type of track that I was playing around with. I found this sample that I found here and it sounds super amazing, and I instantly got an idea of like an Afro song that I could make. So this sample sounds like this. Let me play it for you right quick. This is the sample here. Like, listen to that. That sounds super cool, bruh. So the sample is basically just like, I think it's like a marimba or kalimba sound that is just playing like that, and it just keeps on repeating like that. I think I did repeat it, but it does go on even longer than this. If I come here to the last one here, I can actually extend it further. You can see. So I just wanted to use the first part of that sound, and then I just trimmed it down, and then I just trimmed it like that because I just wanted it to keep looping and repeating like that. I think it sounds super nice. I just kind of had an Afro house vibe from this loop, right? So I added that sound, and then I added some drums. Listen to that drum, bro. So I kind of grouped my drums together. So my drums are basically a kick, and then I also have a tom, and then I have a clav loop, and then I also have a tambourine, and then a shaker, and then like a loop of like some top sounds and all that. So that's kind of the drums, but I can break down the drums for you so you can see. For the kick, I did not use a sample. I just used this kick, this drum synth plugin, and I just designed this kick. So it has, I just dropped down the saturation because initially the saturation was too much. I didn't want the kick to have too much saturation, so that's what I did there. So if I play, so this is just the kick, and then I added a tom. Hear that? I like that. It just goes on like that, and then I added this clav loop, just like that. And then next I also added like a loop of the tambourine here, but I turned it all the way down because I didn't want it too loud. And then just a shaker as well, just to get that shaker, you know, that swing of a shaker going on. I think that sounds pretty cool. And then I also added this as well. Just another loop here called the Artificial Mind Topper 04. So that's another loop that I added. So that's all my drums that I added in this track. And then after that, I also added like some claps. So I added some layers of claps, just like that. So this is basically like a one clap, but I played it like 3 times. Like I was playing it 3 times, like almost like a chord, because I wanted it to feel like, you know, bigger than it was. So I kind of layered like a high-pitched clap and a low-pitched clap, like, you know, 3 kinds of claps. Because if I play this one, you can hear that it sounds different from this one. So it was they are varying in pitch, and then that one was on a higher pitch. There we go. So then I added that. And then next I added a string. So what I did with this string, I just played it kind of in a staccato style. It just goes like that. Bam, 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 bam. So what I did was I automated the level of this sound because I wanted to see how it can come in. I wanted it to come in super slow. And then next what I added was this next sound here. So this is kind of like almost like a melody of some sorts that I added right here. That's that sound. And I can play around with it. And I think I'm gonna have to automate the cutoff that you see right here. Just by doing that. So I can open it up and close it up as I see fit. I think that's kind of a cool effect as it builds up, just to kind of build some tension and, I don't know, just build some energy as the sound is playing. So I can start off closed like this, and then I open it up when I need to, like that. And one thing I like is that I'm actually using my MIDI keyboard to control that, so I can just... If you follow me on my social media, which you should, by the way, you should check the links down below. I did post a video just showcasing this beat, and I was actually showing myself playing around with this cutoff. I was just having fun jamming around with it, just with that filter. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, so next what I added was this analog sweep sound. I think it's really cool. That was the first sound I added when I was thinking about adding bass. So this was that sound here. So what I did was I EQ'd a lot of the low frequencies out, because if I turn off the EQ, it sounds like this. But I wasn't happy with the low frequencies of the sound, so I just had to EQ all of those low frequencies out. So just to high pass a little bit, because I like the texture of this sound just sweeping through the whole thing. But what I did is I added another layer of a sub sound so that, you know, it can hold down the sub frequencies, and then it sounds like this. You hear that rumble, right? Hey, that sounds dope, bro. That sounds sick. Okay, and then next what I added was just this piano here. So what I did to this piano is I added a tape delay to it, and then I added the 8th note dotted dub preset. So it can have that reverb going on there, and then I also added some reverb that are on the synths, just to give it that atmospheric sound. So it sounds like this, if I can play it on its own. What it sounds like, right? I think that sounds really cool. And the next what I added was just some background atmosphere, just some birds and insects, just like that, just to add some ambience to the whole track. And then the next layer here is just basically like a reverse crash and then a crash that leads into a crash. Just turn off loop. Just like that. So this sample here that's right here, the first one here, is this one, but I just cut it around here and then I just reversed it. So it's the same sample, but I just wanted it to kind of build up and just kind of reverse into it, and then, you know, not just crash immediately. I wanted it to build up nicely and gradually. And then the last thing was just a conga. You can never go wrong with a little bit of congas in there, bro. So that's everything. So with a little bit of arrangement, it came together. Like with a little bit of arrangement that I added here, it came super, super nice. I wanted it to start out without like the kick drum. So you can really feel the loop and you can feel the bass as well. And then the kick comes in. Ooh. atmosphere of the birds and insects and everything. Sounds super nice. You can hear that clav. I think what I'll need to add later on is maybe a pad. Maybe it can come through later on. I think that'll be kind of nice. And then the clap. Hey, that sounds dope. Ooh, that sounds good. And I think what I might want to do is maybe copy these over and just throw them, I think maybe here. Yeah, there we go. I just forgot to put them right here in the beginning here. I think that's pretty cool. But let me know what you think down below about this track. I think I'm gonna definitely continue to add a little bit more, but this is how I made this Afro house track. And I didn't use a lot of instruments, but I just made sure that with the instruments that I picked and the ones that I chose, they were the right ones. So I didn't have to stack too many sounds to come up with something. Because sometimes you make a track that is full of sounds, but it's not really sounding any good, where you just wasted your time. But sometimes it's about finding a sound and making sure you do the best with that sound so that you can come up with a really nice sound. Let me know what you think down below, and also don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Also drop this video a like, and also check out the links down below if you want to support the channel. Remember, you can always use my link if you're gonna release music this year and release with DistroKid. You can always use my discount link that's down below. I'm sure you'd find the discount super helpful. You can save 7% off. And if you want drum kits and anything like that, you can make sure to check out the links down below as well. You can find all the kits that you want for deep house, for Afro house, and all styles of house music. You can find them down below. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I'm X, and I'm out. Peace.